Here is how I'm booking 3 to 5 calls per week on LinkedIn without running any ads, without having a huge following, or without spamming people every single day, sending them cold DMs. And if you are an agency owner, consultant, SaaS owner, or coach, this video is going to be super helpful because I'm going to show you the 3-step process that I use so you can start booking 3 to 5 calls per week for your B2B offer on LinkedIn. Without further ado, let's just dive right into the video. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Miriam and I'm a LinkedIn consultant as well as a ghostwriter for B2B business owners, and I help others turn LinkedIn into a sales machine. And the first part of the system is optimizing your LinkedIn profile. And this is the most underrated thing I see people do on LinkedIn. Everyone just tries to publish as much as content as possible, send as many DMs as possible, but they forget this one most important ingredient of success, and that's LinkedIn profile optimization. So your profile is not a resume, it's a sales page. It's a 24/7 sales page. When you set this correctly, you are going to get a lot of inbound leads. And when someone lands on your profile, they will immediately know what you offer and who you help. And that's the most important thing, because confused prospects never buy. So the first thing that you need to optimize is your headline. So it needs to clearly state who you help and what's the outcome that you can achieve for somebody. Like, for example, I clearly stated who I help: founders and CEOs. And the outcome is that I'll ghostwrite your LinkedIn post so you can get consistent inbound leads. Super clear, nothing complicated, nothing fancy. Second thing, your banner. The best practice is to just summarize your offer into a graphically pleasing way, right? So I have business owners and founders, turn your LinkedIn into a sales machine. And then I mentioned 3 things that I can help them out with. It's clean, it's obvious, and it does the job. And what you can do on top of it, if you want to, you can add a call to action and social proof element on your banner. Now, the third thing is about section. So in about section, you don't want to promote yourself too much, but you also want to share some case studies, some proof that you help somebody achieve this outcome. But most importantly, you want to make it about them, right? So I call out my audience. This is my about section that I have at the moment. So I make sure that I call out my audience. I mention what is my goal for these people. So it's all about them and all about the desired outcome that they want. And then also I give them some proof right here of some of the clients that I work with and helped out. And then I currently have 2 offers in place, which is done for you ghostwriting. And the second one is the LinkedIn acquisition system, which is a done for you system that I plug into the business in 7 days or less, and they see incredible results. So I do these 2 things, and I mention it. I mention the benefits of it, what they can expect, what does it imply, and all of these things, right? And then I invite them to DM me if they're interested in one or the other. And that's it. It's very simple. It's very clear. When they land on my profile and read the about section, they know exactly what I can do for them. So if you don't have that, then I encourage you to change your about section to make it super clear about how you can help and who you can help. And the last thing is your featured section. So you can have a lead magnet, you can have a book and a call link, or also you can have your case studies or reviews. But this is what I have at the moment that works really well. So I have a lead magnet in here that people can access. Then I have a book a call link where they can just click and book a call immediately without needing to message me. And then I also have a landing page where I talk about a little bit more about my ghostwriting. So it's like a sales page landing page where they can learn more and get the resources and get more information about what I do and how I can help them in more depth for my ghostwriting offer. So if you want to, you can do the same thing. So you provide value, you invite them on a call if they're already a warm audience, and then you also give them more information without them needing to message you first to request information. All right, so that was step number 1. Step number 2 is creating content that converts. Now, here is what I want you to understand on LinkedIn. And I think it's on any platform, but right now we're talking about LinkedIn, so it's super important to remember. We're not trying to focus on impressions. We're not trying to focus on getting as many likes as possible, as many comments, shares, impressions. No, we are not trying to go viral, because going viral doesn't mean that you're going to get more clients, right? You need to understand this concept that more likes, more comments don't pay the bills. Quality leads to. So instead of trying to go viral, trying to share motivational quotes, trying to be super broad about the topic that I talk about that really speaks to nobody, I try to focus on content for 3 groups of people. Number 1, those who are not aware of their problem, those that are aware of their problem or pain, and those who are aware of the solution. So you can think about it like pain awareness, problem awareness, and solution awareness. So these are the 3 awareness stages that I use in every single piece of my content, and they really help me to nurture my existing leads, get more leads, to see my content, see my offer, and then convert those leads into booked calls and then eventually clients. And in terms of formats that I use for my content, I focus on these 3 formats: story-driven posts, value-based posts, and results-based posts. So here's, for example, a story-driven post. This is just to invite more people to see my content. You could call it like a top of the funnel strategy here, but I just try to be human, which is number 1 thing that's super important as well. Be a human, don't be a robot. Share something of your life, tell a story about something that you've been through, your experience, or anything like that that people can relate to, especially the prospects, so they can get to know you a little better, right? So that's super important to remember. And yeah, just share a story and broke some misconceptions and challenge a little bit of perception of what's going on in self-improvement space, right? And that resulted in a lot of people actually relating to that message, which is the most important thing, right? Now, the second thing is a value-based educational post. So in this concept, in this format, I teach, right? I teach what I know, I teach, and I give value, right? So there are 2 posts that I use, like a longer format, which is I break down this process. Like you can see, I stopped posting. I spent hours staring at my screen trying to come up with LinkedIn ideas, and I break the process that helped me to get ideas in 60 seconds, right? And so you can see it's super clean. The formatting is really important. And yeah, like that's the in-depth guide that I provided for my audience. But also there is a second type of value-based post, which is a little shorter. It gets the message across, it gets the value across, it teaches, it educates the audience, but it's more concise and smaller way, right? As you can see here. For example, still the 7-day LinkedIn content plan. Super simple, it's short, it's skimmable, and that's what also works on LinkedIn very well if you want to provide value, but you don't want to write an article about it, right? So you can do this as well. Now, the third post is results-based post. So here is essentially where I talk about my own results. Like after sending 5,000 DMs, here is what I found that works. Okay, and I give them value, but also I show that I know what I'm talking about because I've done this in the past. I show some proof that what I'm teaching here actually works with a very positive replies from the outbound campaign that I did. So this is something that you can do as well. And on top of that, sharing your clients' stories, success stories, sharing the before and after of your clients and customers, how you help them, what was their situation before working with you, and what's the situation now after working with you. And what you want to do, you want to break it down, write a post about it. And in the end, what you can also do is add a call to action that they can message you, or they can book a link, they can book an appointment right here to schedule a call with you to learn more about your services. Like in these posts, results-based posts, this is the best way to pitch your offer because you already show them some results. They can trust you now even more, and now you're just inviting them on a call to show them your offer. So this is the best place to pitch your offer. And now it brings me to the third step, which is starting conversations. So like content is great, but you also want to have conversations. Now, I don't mean sending 100 cold DMs every single day and spamming people with copy-paste messages. Like that's never going to work. So make sure that you don't do that no matter what. It's more about finding the right way to message to these people. And another thing that I've seen people do on LinkedIn and creators and business owners is they spend hours commenting other people's posts. Now, if you want to build your network, if you genuinely want to comment, make some new friends, or just expand your network in a way that you really want to connect to these people, then feel free to comment. Make it genuine. But if you're commenting, if your strategy to get leads is commenting, then it's not the best use of your time, okay? Instead, here's what you can do. You can send 20 to 25, up to 30 connection requests per day to your ICP. You can either use the organic search or you can use Sales Navigator. It's entirely up to you, but make sure that you send at least 20 to 25 of those every single day. And then whenever someone accepts your request, you want to send them message, very simple message, very personalized, authentic message that it's not copy pasted. It's not like instant pitch immediately, pitching your offer, stuff like that, inviting them to or on a call immediately, right? You want to be personalized, and you want to also either give them a compliment and start a conversation that way, so they know that you've read their profile, you've done your research, or you want to lead with value. You want to send them something in advance so they can trust you and they can get you to know you better. Last thing, and you want to do at least like 20 to 50 of those a day. Like 50, that's a lot. You can do even 10 or 20 to see results. I do that every single day. Like I can send 10 messages in this way and book these 1 to 2 calls from it, right? So it's not so complicated. Volume here, from my experience, after sending, again, like thousands of DMs, if you can send less of a quality messages, it will always beat the spammy, copy-paste, volume-based messages. Because these days, the market is so educated that they can, they're so immune to messages, so immune to generalized, non-personalized messages, that if you want to stand out on LinkedIn and book more calls, you need to shift gears and you need to change your approach a little bit. And the one last thing is you want to follow up on the leads that you message to. So every single day, you want to send a couple of messages. You want to send them a follow-up message 24 hours later, and then even 72 hours later after you message them for the first time, because the money is in a follow-up, and that stands all the time. And if you don't know what message to send, how to structure your messaging campaign, then I have a simple framework, and it stands for 3C's strategy. So first, you have a conversational opener, then you have consulting questions, and third, you have closers. So conversational opener, that's like starting with a compliment or something that you've noticed on their profile, or the reason why you wanted to connect with them in the first place. And I have a couple of templates here. And if you want all of the templates, all of the conversational opener, qualifying questions, and closing stage templates, then the link is in the description. I'm going to give you all of those 24 templates and more. So feel free to click below this video and access it so you can benefit from it immediately. And then we focus on trying to, once they reply, we try to focus on qualifying them to see if they're a fit, if they're even a good fit for us to work together. So you ask them 2 or 3 questions and you see if they're a fit. And then you close the stage by inviting them on a free call. You want to lead with value. So if you can do like a free consultation, free audit, or things like that. Or if you want to be more straightforward and direct, you can immediately see if you can essentially pitch the call in a way where you invite them on a call to see if you will be able to help with your services or something like that. Okay, so there are multiple options that you can pick from. Again, if you want to know or if you want to see and try what's best for you, feel free to access the sheet below this video. And here's a quick practical example of how a conversation could look like. So here's a conversational opener. Hi, name. I noticed you liked my post on topic. Then I checked out your profile and noticed you've been, let's say, posting consistently. It looks like you're putting quite a lot of work into it. Have you been trying to activity? So it could be, have you been trying to post every single day, right? And then if they reply positively, you can ask them, how's solving the specific problem going? Is it going well? You can ask them 2 or 3 more questions like this to see if I can help the prospect, right? And then if they're interested, you can invite them on a call. So that's everything for today's video. If you like this video and you want more of it, more content on how to get more clients and leads on LinkedIn on a consistent basis, then make sure that you subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.